What if I told you there's a metro Atlanta town with big homes, smaller prices, and it's only 30 miles from the city of Atlanta? Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski with KeyPoint Homes Group. My team helps people from all over relocate to the Northeast metro Atlanta area. One of the most overlooked and affordable towns up here is Lawrenceville. So why does it get overlooked, and what do you really need to know before moving here? Let's set the scene. Lawrenceville is one of the largest towns in the Northeast metro, both by population and by size. It's in Gwinnett County, which is Georgia's second largest county, and covers nearly 14 square miles and has about 32,000 residents. The real estate market here is where things get interesting. Over 650 single-family homes are currently listed in our local MLS. That's unusual in today's market, but it tracks with how much ground the town covers. Even with all that inventory, Lawrenceville remains one of the most affordable towns in the Northeast metro. The average sales price for a home here is around $429,000. That is well below the greater Atlanta average of $539,000. Compare that to Beaufort at roughly $630,000 or Suwanee at about $758,000. Lawrenceville feels like a bargain. So why the price gap? This is an older city, the second oldest in metro Atlanta, and a lot of homes here were built in the 70s and 80s. Many haven't been updated, which means you can buy more square footage for your budget and build equity with renovations. It's very common to see large 5 or 6 bedroom homes on full basements in the $600,000 to $650,000 range. If you were to take that same house and move it to Alpharetta or Johns Creek, you are looking at $800,000 to $900,000 price tag or more. For buyers looking for space and value without straying too far away from Atlanta, Lawrenceville is a really great option. In fact, Lawrenceville's location is one of the biggest reasons so many people end up here. Lawrenceville sits at the crossroad of Interstate 85, Georgia 316, US 29, and Georgia 20. This location is a prime spot for commuters into the city of Atlanta. That access is a huge win for commuters headed into Midtown or Perimeter, which is a huge job hub. The trade-off here, though, is that you're going to have heavier traffic and a busier, less residential feel along the main corridors here in Lawrenceville. It's a commuter-friendly area, and you're going to see a lot of young professionals choosing it for that exact reason. It's far enough from the city to feel suburban, but close enough to keep commutes manageable. This also means that you're going to have heavier traffic compared to smaller suburban towns like Beaufort or Grayson. If you work in Atlanta, living here can significantly cut your commute compared to being farther out, and many people choose Lawrenceville for that exact reason. It's far enough from the city to feel like you aren't in the city, but it's close enough to make it commutable, definitely more so than a lot of other nearby towns, and the bonus, it's more affordable. Now, if you're in the market for a new construction home, you need to know that land is more limited here than in places like Cumming, so options are few. You're going to find builders like D.R. Horton and McKinley Homes building 4 and 5 bedroom homes in the mid-500s. You'll also find a smaller local builder, DRB Homes, that has a 5 and 6 bedroom plans in the mid-500s to low 600s. Meritage Homes is also building 4 bedroom homes in the mid-500s, and Stanley Martin has some in that range as well, with a few options dipping into the 400s. Altogether, you're looking at 7 to 8 neighborhoods offering new builds. So you've got good variety, but not the wall-to-wall new build feel that you get in Cumming. One big headline that was recently announced is Toll Brothers is building a Lawrenceville community called Ledgestone. It's going to have 82 home sites starting around the $1 million range, with large 5+ bedroom homes, typically 3,500 square feet or so. Now, Toll Brothers does very extensive research on the areas they build homes in, with a big emphasis on schools, amenities, and many other factors. So it's kind of like a stamp of approval to have a Toll Brothers neighborhood in your town. What's especially interesting is the location. It's essentially across the street from Sugarloaf Mills in a very commercial area. It's right off of Interstate 85, so for commuting or getting around the metro, it's extremely convenient. Just understand, it's a busier setting, it's not tucked away, and that ties into the overall feel of Lawrenceville. The commercial development here is huge. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We put out videos every single week covering all the best towns here in Metro Atlanta. Let's talk about the overall feel of Lawrenceville. While you do have this charming downtown area, the commercial development here is huge. Think big box stores and national chains spread throughout, like Target, Home Depot, Marshalls, multiple Kroger, Publix. There's also a strong presence of Korean and other Asian grocery stores reflecting the area's diversity. Lawrenceville is the fourth most diverse suburb here in the Metro Atlanta area, and for many buyers, that means amazing international shopping and dining close by. If you love more of a storybook, historic vibe, know that much of Lawrenceville feels spread out and developed. There is a small, charming downtown square that we're here at today with local restaurants, bakeries, bookshops, and small businesses. It's a great contrast to the busier corridors of the rest of Lawrenceville. On the north end of town, near the Mall of Georgia, you've got the Gwinnett Stripers, which is a minor league baseball team here that feeds into the Atlanta Braves. There are even apartments that overlook the field, which is totally cool. You also have Topgolf, Andretti indoor karting, a pickleball facility, Sprouts, and a ton of restaurants like my favorite, Takiera Tsunami and Jinya Ramen. These are super convenient if you end up living on the north side of Lawrenceville. Further south, just off of Interstate 85, you've got Sugarloaf Mills, which still anchors shopping for the area with stores like Bass Pro Shops and, fun fact, Georgia's only medieval times. From there, you're just a short drive to Gas South Arena, which hosts hockey, concerts, and comedy shows year-round, and they've announced major renovations to make an already great venue even better. I love when a concert is up here because that means that I don't have to trek all the way down into the city. One future wild card here in Lawrenceville is a development called Rowen, which is a 2,000-acre knowledge community planned along 316 between Lawrenceville and Decula. Think labs, offices, greenways, and mixed-use space focused on agriculture, the environment, and medical innovation. It's a 30-year build-out run by the nonprofit Rowen Foundation. Phase 1 includes roads, utilities, and multi-use paths that are already in place, with the first buildings being targeted for opening next year. The focus is agricultural, environmental, and medical innovation. What does that mean for you? Potential nearby job growth over the next decade, more trails and greenways and amenities, and a gradual influence on commute patterns and housing demand here in the eastern part of Lawrenceville. This could be a huge economic growth impactor for the area, and it's one to watch. Let's touch on schools quickly. Within and around Lawrenceville, you're gonna find over 41 public elementary, middle, and high schools. You won't see as many top-ranked schools as you might in a few nearby towns, but Gwinnett County Public Schools are highly regarded locally. As a former teacher, I'll say what I always say: do your own research and tour the schools. Online ratings don't always tell the whole story, and the right fit depends on your child. Okay, I teased a listing that I have coming up. Let's go check it out. All right, here we are at my newest listing, and I am so excited to show this to you. Welcome to 2122 Haven Tree. This house is magnificent, and it is in a great location. You're right off of 85 and Sugarloaf Parkway, making this such an easy commute to get down into Atlanta if you are a commuter. This home is completely move-in ready. It is gorgeous, and the best part about this is that it has a detached garage with an apartment over it, giving you plenty of space for everyone in the family, or a perfect setup for a work from home situation. Bottom line, Lawrenceville delivers some of the best bang for your buck in the Northeast Metro. It's close enough to be easily commutable, far enough to feel suburban, and the price cannot be beat. So what do you think? Does Lawrenceville's price point and location put it at the top of your list, or are you looking for a more residential storybook feel? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you're planning on making a move, my team and I would love to help you. Use the link in the pinned comment to reach us. If you're still exploring and want information on other towns, make sure you watch this video next.